Hello students, my name is Nice Antoniel F. Salonga. Yan. So I would like to welcome you on Far East College of Information and Technology Corporation. Welcome to our school. So you can call me Mamsha and I would like to welcome you on my virtual class. So my subject is Music 7. So before I start, for the quarter 1 preliminary, we have the lesson 1 entitled Music of Cordillera. So, this unit focuses on the music of lowland Luzon. That is the parts of the islands that are not in the Cordillera Autonomous Region or CAR. And Cagayan Valley, unlike other ethnic groups, the peoples of mainland and lowland Luzon have been heavily influenced by the colonizers, especially the Spanish and Americans. So, you will find it out more in these units. So, before I start the lesson, I would like to present some learning objectives for this lesson. So at the end of the lesson, the students are expected to identify the different ethnic group of lowland Luzon and their musical traditions, distinguish the vocal music of lowland Luzon, categorize the musical instrument of lowland Luzon, understand the principles in the production of the ensemble music from ethnic groups in the regions, and lastly, to perform a musical presentation from lowland Luzon. So, by learning this, you will further understand how the environment greatly hone the lifestyle beliefs and traditions that are big part of the music of the regions that will be discussed in this lesson. So first, let's see the geographical and cultural backgrounds of lowland Luzon. So we have here, do you still remember the different regions in Luzon? If not, I already prepared the table for the different provinces we have here in the lowland Luzon. So first, we have the region 1. So this is mostly on Ilocos region. So, under the region 1, we have the Pangasinan, the Union, Ilocos Sur, and Ilocos Norte. Second, we have the Central Luzon, which is the region 3. So, what are the provinces we have in region 3? Yan, Aurora, Bataan, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, and Zambales. Last, we have in the Bicol region, we have the region 5. So, what are the provinces we have? We have the Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Sorsogon, island provinces of Catanduanes, and Masbate. So, those are the different regions we have in Luzon under the lowland part. Okay, so let's move ahead with our lesson. So, we have, when we say Luzon, yan, this is the map of Luzon. As you can see, Luzon is one of the 3 major islands in the Philippines with an area of 109,964 square kilometers. Hindi siya square meters lang. Square kilometers. 109,964 square kilometers. So, this is the largest island in the country and the 15th largest in the world. So, this is bordered by the West Philippine Sea in the west and the Philippine Sea in the east. So, the Babuyan Channel in the north and the Celebes Sea in the south. So, the island is also the seat of government where the capital of the city of the country, Manila, is situated. So, our capital is Manila. That is located in the Luzon. Yan. Luzon coastline is more than 5,000 km long. It is indented by several bays and gulfs, such as the Lingayen Gulf, Manila Bay, if you are familiar. Manila Bay is on the west. And we also have the Lamon Bay and Laguna Gulf on the east. So, Manila Bay yan. Tawag din nila Manila Bay. So, Northern Luzon is characterized by a flat terrain extending east from the coastline toward the Cordillera mountain range, which is comprised the Cordillera administrative region or CAR, as well portion of Eastern Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Nueva Vizcaya, and Cagayan. So, to formally start, ayan, konting short lang, para mapakita natin. So, we have here some ethnic groups found in the lowlands and highlands. So, first, here is the Bicolano. So, under the Bicolano, we have the Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, and Sorsogon. So, as you observe on the picture, Bicol is also spelled as B-I-K-O-L, or in Spanish, Bicolano. So, the Bicol is the 5th largest cultural linguistic group in the Philippines. So, numbering about 4,070,000 in the late 20th century. So, the indigenous region is commonly considered to be the Bicolandia. So, when we say Bicolandia, this is the region composing a part of the Bicol Peninsula and the neighboring island of the Southeast Asians. So, the Bicolanos are descended from the Austronesian-speaking immigrants who came from the southern China. So, the Iron Age, many of the Bicolanos are also have Chinese, Arab, and Spanish admixture. So, kung mapapansin nyo in the way they are talk, so parang pinaghalo-halong Chinese, Arab, and some Spanish mixtures. So, most of the townsfolk have Spanish mixtures and their language is referred to as Bicol or Bicolano. So, next ethnic group we have is the Gadang. Gadang is found in the region, in the province of the Nueva Vizcaya. So, the Gadang are an indigenous Filipino people. So, they're linguistically identified as ethnic group, sharing centuries of residence in the watershed of the Cagayan River in northern Luzon. So, nakatila sila malapit sa ilog. So, Philippines Gadang speakers were recently reported to number as many as 30,000. So, yung population nila is nagra-round na 30,000 as of now. So, the Gadang comes from the word ga, meaning heat, and dang means burn. So, this is likely alludes to the fact that the Gadang are generally darker of skin than other Cordillera peoples. So, since malapit sila sa tubig, and yun yung ginagawa nilang pangkabuhayan, so kaya tinawag na ga, meaning heat, mainit, and then dang means burn. So, dahil daw sa sikat ng araw, nasusunog ang kanilang balat. That's why it explains the complexion or yung pinakakulay nila. So, next ethnicity, we have the Ibanag from the province of Cagayan. So, the Ibanag are an ethno-linguistic minority, numbering a little more than 500,000 people. See how large. Kung kanina yung Gadang, 30,000 lang yung population nila. Si Ibanag, they almost more than 500,000 people who inhabit the provinces of Cagayan. So, Isabela and even the Nueva Vizcaya. So, the Ibanag originated in the region around the mouth of the Cagayan River and gradually dispersed southward within the last 200 years. So, influencing groups like the Itawis, Isanay, and Gadang, Ibanag is the lingua franca for trade in the area. So, next we have the Ilocano. Yan. So, mga ethnic ng Ilocano na makikita si Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, and La Union. Yan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, may pagkakahawig-hawig lang naman yung mga sinusuot nilang mga damit. So, the Ilocano is also called as Ilocano with the letter K, or Ilocan, or also called as Iloco. So, this Ilocano is the third largest ethno-linguistic group in the Philippines. They are discovered by the Spanish in the 16th century. So, they are occupied by the narrow coastal plain of northwestern Luzon, known as the Ilocos region. So, the classification of Ilocano, like all Philippine language, is an Austronesian language. So, they are very expansive language family. They believe in the originate So, parang pinaghalo-halong Taiwan. Yan. So, yung kung paano sila nagsasalita, medyo parang matigas yung punto nila. So, the Ilocano comprises its own branch within the Philippine Cordillera language subfamily. So, this is spoken as first language by 7 million people. So, ito yung pinaka mother tongue ng 7 million na tao sa ating bansa. Next ethnicity, we have the Itawis or Itawit na makikita naman sa Cagayan. So, the Itawis is one of the indigenous groups of Isabela. So, Philippines along with the Ibanags, Yogads, and Gadangs. In Cagayan Valley, the two groups of Itawis are found, one from the province of Cagayan and the other was from the Echagüe, Isabela. So, this is some of the identified rituals practiced by the Itawis. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung way of ng kanilang pananamit is parang katulad lang ng mga Ifugaos. Then, aside from Itawis, we also have the Ivatan na makikita naman sa Batanes. Ayan. So, the Ivatan people are an Austronesian ethno-linguistic group native to the Batanes and Babuyan Islands of the northernmost Philippines part. So, they are genetically closely related to the other ethnic groups in northern Luzon, but also share linguistic and cultural affinities to the Tao people of Orchid Island in Taiwan. Since nasa pinakadulo na sila ng Pilipinas, nahahaluan na sila ng culture ng Taiwan. Ayan. Kung mapapansin nyo, may mga headdress nila. Ayan. So, mostly ginagamit nila yan. Then, aside from that, we also have the Kapampangan yan. So, hindi tayo mawawala, syempre. Yung mga Kapampangan, kasali tayo dyan. So, Kapampangan, saan ba nanggaling yung Kapampangan? Sa mismong lugar natin, which is the Pampanga. So, the Kapampangan people, or Pampangueños, or Pampangos, yan, are the 6th largest ethno-linguistic group in the Philippines. So, pang-anim daw tayo sa pinakamalaki. So, maraming Kapampangan kasi pang-anim tayo eh. Numbering about 2,784,526 way back in 2010. So, siyempre, siguro mas dumami na yan. Kung nanganak yan ng nanganak. Every year, nanganganak. Siguro, 3 million o 4 million na yung total count natin. So, they live mainly in the province of Pampanga, Bataan, and Tarlac. So, kaya wag na kayo magtataka if mapunta man kayo ng bandang Tarlac or ng Bataan if meron iilan na nakakaintindi or kaya magsalita ng Kapampangan dahil malapit lang sila sa ating lugar. So, aside from Tarlac, meron din sa mga Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, and Zambales. Yan. So, next province, we have the Pangasinan. So, the Pangasinan, in the Philippines, the Pangasinense population is concentrated in Lingayen Gulf. So, the Pangasinan province in the central area of Luzon Island, their language can be called both Pangasinan or Pangasinense. So, the Pangasinan is the largest province in Ilocos region. With 44 municipalities, it names Land of Salt. Derived from asin, when we say asin, salt. So, and then affixes pang and an place of other principal economic activities apart from salt production are farming and fishing. So, from the word panga, ito yun meaning ng Pangasinan, it means the land of salt. Dahil nga yung archipelago nila ay napapalibutan ng mga dagat or tubig, karagatan. So, the Pangasinense culture is rich of mix of Malayo, Polynesian, Hispanic American, and Chinese influences. So, next we have the Sambal of Zambales. Ayan. So, yun lang yung kasi nakita kong picture that represent their way of yung pananamit nila. So, the Sambal people are Filipino ethno-linguistic group living primarily in the province of Zambales. So, the Pangasinan municipalities of Bolinao and Anda. So, the term may also refer to the general inhabitants of Zambales. And we also have, aside from Sambal, meron tayong last two na lang, which are the Tagalog. So, yung mga Tagalog dyan, ay nanggagaling sila sa province ng Bataan, Batangas, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, Marinduque, ano pa ba? Nueva Ecija, Rizal, and Quezon. So, the Tagalog are the largest cultural linguistic group in the Philippines. So, they are formed dominant population in the city of Manila. Ayun nga. So, ito yung pinaka-largest, pinakamalaking cultural linguistic group na meron tayo sa ating bansa. So, in the city of Manila, in all provinces bordering Manila Bay, except Pampanga. So, in Nueva Ecija to the north, and in Batangas, Laguna, Marinduque, Mindoro, and Quezon to the south, sila yung madalas na nagsasalita or gumagamit ng salitang Tagalog. So, aside sa atin, mga Kapampangan, madalas nahihirapan tayong magsalita ng Tagalog dahil nga medyo nasanay tayo sa pagsasalita ng Kapampangan dahil yun yung ating mother tongue. So, aside sa Tagalog, the last ethnicity or ethnic group na pag-uusapan natin is the Yogad. So, the Yogad is found in Isabela. So, the ethnologue classify Yogad as Malayo-Polynesian, belonging to the Austronesian language family. So, locally, this is categorized under the Ibanag group of the northern Cordilleran language found in the Cagayan Valley. So, which also includes Gadang, Itawit, Villavisosa, Agta, Ibanag, Ata, and Isnag. So, those are the different ethnic groups that can be found in the lowlands of the Luzon, part of the Luzon. Aside from the ethnicity, we also have the agricultural, wood carving, and weaving are the primary source of living of the peoples of the north. Aside from this, they have rituals, beliefs, and tradition that have not been influenced by the other colonizers o yung mga ibang nanakop. So, it still remain. So, one of their beliefs is the existence of spirits called anitos. So, mostly, when we say anitos, ito yung mga paniniwala nila. Ito yung, kumbaga, ito yung sinasamba nila, ito yung rebulto nila. So, they offer animal sacrifices and perform rituals to ask favors, so, to thanks, or to appease their gods. So, this practice is known as animism. So, rituals are accompanied by chanting and instrument playing. So, music is part of their everyday living. So, music tells and reflects the life cycle, or ano ba yung mga life cycle na meron? Birth, puberty, courtship, marriage, and even death. So, aside from that, the rites of passage and serve as ritual for certain occasions in the community. So, their music is often played in groups. So, madalas pag piniplay daw yung mga music under the lowland of Luzon is meron silang mga grupo. Hindi sila single play lang, ganun. So, as small additional knowledge lang. When we say culture, this is a way of a group of people, their behaviors, beliefs, values, and symbols that they accept generally without thinking about them. So, they are passed on by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. And when we say ethno-linguistic groups, are ethnic groups that observe their culture and speaks their native language. Then, when we say indigenous naman, this is anything that originated, was produced, or lived naturally in particular region. And another fact, so people who do scientific study of music is in historical research or musical theory or the physical nature of sound are called musicologists. Then when we say ethnomusicologist naman, this is refers to the person who does scientifically study of music, traditional or non-Western music as an aspect of culture. So, magkaiba si musicologist sa ethnomusicologist. So, pag sinabing musicologist, ito yung nag-aaral through scientific study of the music. Pag ethnomusicologist naman, through the aspect of the culture of the music. Yan. So, let's ends our lesson for the lesson 1 in preliminary quarter 1 in music 7. So, for your activity, I would like you to answer the following questions in your module. So, I have 5 questions there. You need to answer it now. So, if you have clarifications or mga hindi pa naintindihan with regarding our lesson for today, you can ask, raise your hand, and go for your question para mas malinaw at ma-explain ko palalo. So, I hope you learn from me. See you on the next lesson.